Introducing Reading Made Simple. Hello and welcome to Reading Made Simple. I am Lilibet and I wrote Reading Made Simple because I wanted to give parents a tool with which to teach their child to read and write well that was easy to use, effective and free. Reading Made Simple is a living program. That means that I am using it to teach pupils to read and write in my work, and so it has been born out of my work with real children rather than written by experts who are far removed from the needs of real children. The teaching of reading has become very confusing. Here are some questions that you might have. Questions such as, which phonic program should I use? There are hundreds. How do I know which one will be best for my child? How do you teach phonics? Can I really teach my child to read by myself? And how much is it all going to cost? And what about all those confusing words if we think about teaching phonics? Will I need to learn them? And will my child need to learn them too? Words like digraphs, trigraphs, phonemes. These terms are bandied about and they make it sound as if I need an English degree before I can teach my child to read. Well, help is at hand, and it is totally free. Reading Made Simple has been written to enable ordinary parents like yourself to teach their children to read, but not only to read, but to spell also, and then to use the words that the child can spell to learn to write. Reading Made Simple builds excellent readers and writers, simply and as quickly as possible. At last, here is a phonic program that will teach your child to both read and write. It will teach rigorously, together, as they should be taught, simply. Reading Made Simple can help your beginner learner or your struggling learner today. Reading Made Simple provides a complete reading program which can take as little as 2 years to complete. Obviously, I cannot give you a precise time, only an approximate time for the average child. This time, however, needs to be adjusted for the pace of the teaching, the needs of the child, the quality of the teaching, the teachability of the child, for there are many different factors such as these which can influence how long a child will take to reach reading fluency, independently of course. Ideally, both reading and spelling should be taught together, as together both are stronger as one helps the other. But where a child has already learnt to read, Reading Made Simple can be used as a spelling or writing program, taking children from this very early stage to, by the end of level 1, being able to write simple sentences correctly with correct spelling as well. All you need is a good handwriting program. The spelling and writing program will take around 4 years, growing with the child from learning initial sounds through to a spelling age of around 12. The success of Reading Made Simple is based on 3 factors. Number 1, I've made it as simple as I possibly can. Simple to teach, simple to prepare, simple to understand with no technical phonics language to learn. Everything working together to make learning as simple as possible for everyone, the teacher included. Secondly, it is very systematic. I have designed it so that each tiny step builds so perfectly on the one before that pupils often do not even realise they're learning. Thirdly, it is totally flexible. This is not a one-size-fits-all program. You can choose the path through the program that is right for your child. And you don't have to choose that at the beginning when you start. You take each step and then you assess. You take another step and you assess. And so you work it out to fit your child, just what your child needs. Follow it for reading and writing, or just for writing for those who can already read. There are many different paths possible. Totally flexible. The programme uses time-honoured teaching strategies, teaching effectively in the shortest time possible. Flashcards, dictations, and multisensory methods are three very powerful ways of teaching children to read and write. We have free to download and print resources. Though not essential, some may find them helpful. We have reading books. This is a key part of Reading Made Simple. Free to download reading books of good quality, matching the phonic programme. To be the best, reading books should match what the child is learning. Otherwise, they could lead to a lot of frustration, and this discourages the child. They lose confidence and they want to give up. I've seen it many times. It costs a lot of money to have reading books to match your phonic programme. So this is a luxury, but it's a luxury you can afford because it's free. They build up gradually, constantly revising previously taught sounds, introducing sight words very slowly. Most of our sight words are taught within their sound families. This reduces the working memory load for the child and makes learning easier. So very valuable. Use them if at all possible. We do have a special needs series that you'll find advertised on the website if you have an older child who needs reading intervention. The reading books all come with matching workbooks, which again give further practice, consolidate skills, and just helps children to progress as quickly as possible. Some might need a little more help. Games are especially helpful to make things stick and brilliant for taking the stress out of learning. If your child gets stuck on a particular skill or concept, use a game. Otherwise you could both end up exhausted and stressed out, and that won't help anybody. Whereas a game, you can laugh, you can have some fun. And if the child doesn't win, it's not his or her fault. It was the way the game went. And therefore there's no reinforcement of feelings of failure. Worksheets, used carefully, can target skills that need strengthening and again can be of great help. We provide these. You can always make your own as well when you see the need of your child. Reading Made Simple is simple. It is a simple lesson plan which is provided for you. It will take just a few minutes each day, though I do stress that the lessons must be done each day for the programme to be successful. There is little preparation for the teacher, i.e. you, and once you get into the rhythm, you and your child will know what to expect each lesson, which means that you can both relax and concentrate on learning together. Learning together, I hear you say? What am I going to learn? I already know how to read and spell. Well, you may well actually be surprised, because you might learn things you probably never learnt at school, and you might even become a better speller yourself. But I was thinking of something else. More importantly, as you work with your child, you will study how your child learns and how best to help him or her to take the next step forward. Learning together, you will make a great team. Can Reading Made Simple help a child with special needs? I've been teaching children with special needs to read and write for a long time now, and I've learned where the problems lie and found ways to overcome them. Reading Made Simple will provide you with the roadmap and the structure you need, though you may have to find the right means of conveying the skills to your child. For example, by devising a game if we haven't got one that quite suits the need, or making some other activity that will help. But you can still use the program. Don't change the program, for it has 4 key building blocks that are crucial to enable special needs children to progress. Number 1, it breaks the learning of phonics down into small bite-sized pieces. Number 2, one concept gently builds upon another. 3, skills are constantly practiced and revised. And 4, once more I stress, it teaches reading through spelling, so making it truly multisensory. With these 4 key parts to the programme, should we call them, learning becomes less of a strain on a student's working memory. This leads to longer term information retention and lessening frustration for the student in the long run. Now, I can never guarantee the speed at which any child will learn. Every child has different needs, but I can say that if you persevere, your child will make some progress, and sometimes where it seemed that none was possible. If you're interested and think that Reading Made Simple can help you to teach your child to read and write, then please go to the navigation bar at the top of the screen and click on How to use RMS. And here I will talk you through the programme.